Welcome, gentlemen, to Healthy Men 70 Plus, where we dive deep into topics that truly matter for your health and vitality.
Hmm.
I'm Emily Johnson, your health and wellness coach.
And I'm Robert Miller, a senior men's health specialist. It's great to be with you all today.
Today, we're exploring something, well, maybe a bit unexpected,
Yeah.
but it's incredibly important for understanding your overall health picture.
Absolutely. What if I told you that one of the strongest predictors of a man's health isn't found in blood pressure readings or cholesterol numbers necessarily, but in something that happens automatically, often around, say, 3:00 a.m.?
3.0 a.m. Okay, you've
Uh-huh.
got my attention.
For decades, your body might have reliably given you these, well, strong, effortless erections in the middle of the night. It's quite common. But here's the thing. After 60, those reliable signals often start to fade or sometimes vanish completely.
Hmm.
And that disappearance, Emily, it isn't just about intimacy, though that's important too. It's often a silent alarm bell. It signals something potentially much more significant brewing beneath the surface. So our mission today is really to unpack this. Why do these nighttime occurrences happen? Why do they tend to fade as men get older? And crucially, what does their loss really mean for your testosterone, your blood vessels, and, your overall health?
Okay, let's unpack this then. What exactly is it going on when many men get these automatic erections around 3:30 in the morning?
Hmm.
Because as you said, it can seem like just a funny quirk, something that just happens.
Yeah, it seems that way, but it's actually a very clear sign the body is functioning well. It involves a few systems working together beautifully. You see, during sleep, we cycle through different stages. One of the most important is REM sleep rapid eye movement.
The dreaming stage.
Exactly. Your brain is highly active, you might dream, and powerful signals are shooting through your nervous system. Many men consistently hit this deep stage of sleep right around, 3:00 a.m., give or take.
Okay.
And in that REM window, something quite remarkable happens. Your brain essentially tells the blood vessels leading into the penis to relax. This causes a sudden surge of blood to rush in.
I see.
And here's the other key part. Testosterone. That hormone of desire, energy, vitality. It happens to be at one of its highest levels of the entire day during this specific time.
So high testosterone and relaxed blood vessels.
Precisely. The result is a strong automatic erection. It's not consciously created, you didn't ask for it, but your body delivers it, night after night, for years, often.
Wow.
I sometimes call these the nightly workouts for the penis. It sounds a bit funny, maybe.
Huh. Okay, a workout.
Well, think about it. Just like your muscles need exercise, this tissue benefits hugely from that regular flow of oxygen-rich blood. It keeps the muscle fibers flexible and strong. It helps prevent atrophy, loss of function.
That makes sense.
So this really raises an important question, doesn't it? If these erections are so vital for just keeping the tissue healthy, what does it truly mean when they start to fade away?
So, okay, these aren't just about intimacy at all then. They're like like you said, a signal, almost a secret message from your body.
Exactly. A secret report card is a great way to think about it. Handed out each night, it reveals the harmony or lack thereof between your blood vessels, your hormones, and your nerves.
And you mentioned blood vessels.
Yes, think about this. For an erection to happen properly, the tiniest arteries in your body, the ones in the penis, have to open wide and let that blood surge in. These are even smaller than the coronary arteries feeding your heart.
Wow, I didn't realize they were that small.
They really are. So if these tiny, delicate arteries can still do their job efficiently, opening up wide like that, it suggests your larger arteries elsewhere are probably in reasonably good shape too. Still flexible, still strong.
But if they can't?
If they can't, if they're stiff or narrowed and can't open properly, well, that can be the very first sign that something deeper is going wrong with your circulation overall. This is why we sometimes say the penis acts as a sort of canary in the coal mine for cardiovascular health.
Canary in the coal mine. Okay, explain that a bit more.
Well, miners used to take canaries down because the birds are more sensitive to toxic gases. If the canary got sick, the miners knew danger was present before they could sense it themselves. Similarly, the weakening of your circulation often shows up in these tiny penile arteries first. Sometimes years before, you might experience symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath.
Years. Wow.
Yes. So more than just a sign of, manhood, These nighttime erections are really a sign of life itself, of vitality flowing through your system. When they're lost, it's not just some minor inconvenience, it's your body whispering, sometimes even shouting, that the whole system is starting to falter.
That puts it in a very different light.
It does, and seeing it not as embarrassment but as vital information, that gives you a chance, an opportunity to act before real damage is potentially done.
Okay, that leads us to the next really interesting part. Why does nature, or our bodies, seem to take this reliable signal away for so many men after 60? What's actually happening inside? Because I imagine it can be really frustrating, maybe even a bit sad, for men experiencing this. They might be thinking, what's happening to me?
Absolutely. It's a common feeling, and the answer usually lies in a combination of factors, sort of a convergence of age-related changes. Think of it like this. For decades, these systems, hormones, blood vessels, nerves, they've worked in perfect sync every night. But after 60, these three crucial areas often start to show some strain, sometimes all at once. It creates what I call a silent storm that dampens those morning
A
signals.
silent storm. Okay, break that down for us. What are the key factors?
Okay, factor one is testosterone. We talked about it being high in the morning. But overall levels naturally decline with age. It starts subtly, maybe around your 30s, dropping about 1% per year on average.
1% a year doesn't sound like much initially.
No, but it adds up. By the time many men reach their 60s or 70s, their levels might be less than half of what they were in their prime. So without that strong hormonal surge in the early morning, the brain just doesn't send the same powerful signals for an erection. It's like trying to start a fire with damp wood. The spark isn't quite strong enough.
Okay, testosterone decline. What's next?
Factor two is blood flow. This is a big one. Decades of maybe slightly high blood pressure or borderline cholesterol or perhaps undiagnosed or poorly managed diabetes. All these things take a toll. They cause arteries to stiffen and narrow over time. It's called atherosclerosis.
Right.
And because those penile arteries are so incredibly small, they're often the first ones to get clogged up or lose their flexibility. So blood simply can't rush in as freely as it used to.
Makes sense. Stiff pipes don't work as well.
Exactly. And the third factor is the nerves, the signals themselves. Aging itself can slow nerve conduction. Plus, past injuries, maybe pelvic surgeries like prostate surgery, or even nerve damage from long-term illnesses like diabetes can interfere. If the wiring is frayed, so to speak, the signal from the brain to the penis becomes weak, or it might get lost altogether.
So lower testosterone, reduced blood flow, and potentially weaker nerve signals.
Put them all together and you have that silent storm. It explains quite clearly why those reliable 3 a.m. erections often fade significantly after 60. It's a systemic shift.
Okay, so given all these underlying changes, the big question is, should men be worried if they notice this happening? Is it just, a normal part of getting older that you just have to accept?
That is such a crucial question. Where's that line between just normal aging and a serious warning sign? And I've seen it go both ways. Some men brush off, just getting old, only to face serious heart issues down the line that were, frankly, being signaled earlier. Look, some decline is normal. Let's be realistic. Expecting the same erections at 70 as you had at 20, that's probably not realistic for most men. Hormones shift, vessels age, nerves slow down a bit, so maybe a reduction in frequency, or perhaps they aren't quite as firm as they once were. That can be part of the natural process.
Okay.
But and this is a really important but, when those erections disappear completely, when you consistently no longer wake up with them at all, that is not something to simply ignore or just shrug off as inevitable.
Why the distinction? Why is complete disappearance so significant?
Because, remember, those erections are powered by your vascular system, your blood vessels. When they vanish completely, it strongly suggests your arteries are struggling, not just there, but potentially elsewhere in your body, too, like your heart or your brain.
Ah, the canary again.
Exactly. In fact, the research is pretty clear on this now. Erectile dysfunction, especially the loss of those nighttime eruptions, can often show up 3 to 5 years before the first clinical signs of heart disease appear.
3 to 5 years. That's a significant warning window.
It's huge. Imagine your body giving you that much advance notice that trouble might be brewing with your heart. It's why I often tell my patients, maybe a little bluntly, your penis can be the most honest part of your body. It tells the truth about your health whether you want to hear it or not.
That's a powerful way to put it.
So the bottom line is,
Yeah.
if you've noticed a gradual fading, be alert. Pay attention to your overall health if they've disappeared altogether. You really should take action. Talk to your doctor. It's not about inducing panic. It's about proactive prevention, using that information wisely.
And thinking about this, beyond the physical health implications, there must be a significant emotional impact too, right? I can only imagine the feelings. Maybe fear, sadness, even shame. It could lead to men feeling isolated, not wanting to talk about it. It must feel like losing a piece of yourself, perhaps.
Oh, absolutely. You've hit on something really important there. When a man sits in my office and tells me he no longer gets those morning erections, yes, we talk about the physical side, but what I often hear underneath his words is exactly that. Fear, sadness, sometimes deep shame. It's something many men over 60 just don't discuss. Not with their partners, not with friends, sometimes, sadly, not even with their doctors. There's this sense of embarrassment, like it's a personal failing.
Hmm.
But I really want every man listening to understand this. The loss of nighttime erections isn't just a bedroom problem. It often touches the core of how you see yourself. For decades, maybe, those erections were this quiet physical reassurance that your body was still strong,
Yeah.
that your masculinity was intact, that vitality was still there, even as years pass.
Symbol, in a way.
Exactly. So when they fade or disappear, it can feel like losing a fundamental piece of your identity. I've seen men withdraw from intimacy, pull back from affection, even distance themselves emotionally because they feel less of a man.
That's heartbreaking. The silence sounds devastating.
It truly can be. But here's the perspective shift I urge men to take. Your worth as a man, your value as a person, does not disappear with your erections. You are so much more than that physical function. These changes are your body communicating with you. They're signals that it needs some care, some attention.
So reframing it.
Yes. Instead of shame, try to see it as information, as a catalyst, maybe. A chance to take positive action, to reclaim some control over your health narrative. And perhaps the most crucial piece of reassurance is this. You are absolutely not alone in this. Millions upon millions of men experience this change after 60. The real tragedy isn't the fading itself, it's the silence and the isolation that too often surround it.
That's such an important message of hope and perspective. Thank you. And the good news, as you hinted, is that men aren't powerless here. What practical steps can men listening right now take to protect their health, maybe even restore some of what feels lost? Because I know you believe even small steps can make a big difference.
Precisely. That's one of the most rewarding things I see in my practice. Men who decide to take action, even starting small, often experience really remarkable changes, not just physically, but in their energy, their confidence. Your body, even at 60, 70, 75, retains this incredible capacity to respond and heal when you give it the right support. Don't ever count it out.
So where should they start?
Step one is awareness. Simple but critical. Don't brush it off. Don't just say, oh, well, getting older. If those nighttime erections are fading or gone, let that be your cue, your trigger to check in on your overall health, get your blood pressure checked regularly, know your numbers, have your cholesterol and blood sugar levels tested.
The basics.
The absolute basics, but they matter immensely because, remember, the same arteries feeding your heart also feed your penis. It's all connected.
Okay, awareness and checkups. What else?
Step two, movement. Simple, consistent movement. I'm not talking about training for a marathon here. Even just a brisk 30-minute walk most days of the week can work wonders. It opens up blood vessels, it improves circulation everywhere, it lowers stress. It's powerful. I've had patients in their 70s tell me they feel years younger just by committing to that daily walk.
That's achievable for many people.
It really is. Then number 3 is nutrition. What you eat profoundly impacts your vascular health. Focus on foods that are rich in natural nitrates. Things like beets, leafy green vegetables like spinach and arugula, even pomegranates.
Nitrates, why are they important?
Because your body converts nitrates into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. Better blood flow is the result. Think of every meal as either building up your circulatory health and your erections, or potentially breaking them down. Make conscious choices.
Food is medicine, essentially.
In many ways, yes. And please, number 4, don't underestimate the power of good quality rest. Sleep is when your testosterone naturally peaks. It's when your body does crucial repair work, and it's prime time for those nighttime erections to occur if the conditions are right. Aim for 78 hours of quality sleep.
Good sleep is key. Anything else?
Finally, and this circles back to breaking the silence, talk to your doctor. Seriously, this is not a topic to suffer with in silence or feel embarrassed about. Discuss your concerns openly. There are often safe and effective treatments available nowadays. These can range from established medications to newer regenerative approaches, like specific therapies designed to enhance tissue health and blood flow. Your doctor can guide you on what might be appropriate and safe for you.
That's a great list of actionable steps. Awareness, movement, nutrition, rest, and communication.
Exactly. Taking control starts with these steps.
So we've covered what to do, but let's just circle back and really drive home the gravity. You mentioned the heart connection earlier. How truly serious can these fading erections be as a warning sign?
Yeah, let's make sure that point lands because it's potentially life-saving. They can be very serious. This fading, especially the complete disappearance, is often the body's earliest and sometimes clearest warning sign of potentially dangerous cardiovascular disease brewing beneath the surface.
The earliest sign.
Often, yes. Remember that statistic. Erectile dysfunction frequently shows up 3 to 5 years before other symptoms of heart disease, like angina or even a heart attack. Think about that. Your body is potentially giving you a multi-year heads up.
It's like the check engine light flashing on your car's dashboard.
That's the perfect analogy. It's the check engine light for your body's vascular system. You can ignore it, hope it goes away, but you risk a serious breakdown down the road. Or you can pay attention, get it checked out, and potentially prevent a major disaster. It could literally save your life.
Do you have an example of that?
I do, actually. I vividly remember a patient, a gentleman in his early 60s, healthy guy, seemingly, but he came to me quite embarrassed, admitting his nighttime and morning erections had completely vanished over the past year. He almost didn't mention it, but because he did, and because we took it seriously, we ran some cardiac tests, an angiogram specifically.
What did it show?
It shocked him. He had significant blockages in several major coronary arteries, blockages that were silent, not causing symptoms yet, but could easily have led to a massive heart attack very soon. He needed bypass surgery. And because he listened to that early warning sign from his body, he got the treatment he needed in time.
Wow.
He told me later, quite emotionally, "You know, doc, my penis saved my life." And he wasn't wrong.
That's incredible. It really underscores the importance.
It does. So I urge every man listening, if your erections have faded significantly or disappeared, please don't see it as just an inevitable part of aging, or worse, as some kind of personal failure. See it as a message, a crucial piece of information. Your body is telling you to act, to get your cardiovascular health thoroughly checked, and to fight for your future well-being.
That's such a powerful takeaway. So let's bring this all together. What we've really uncovered today is that those 3 a.m. erections, they're far more than just a curiosity or solely about intimacy. There are vital signals, like a nightly report card on your overall vascular, hormonal, and neurological health.
Precisely.
And while some changes are indeed a natural part of aging, a complete disappearance is different. It's a significant warning sign, often appearing years before other cardiovascular issues that really shouldn't be ignored.
Absolutely critical distinction.
And crucially, your worth as a man isn't defined by this. But viewing this change as information, as an opportunity for action, can empower you to take control of your health journey.
Wonderfully put. And maybe, as you reflect on this deep dive, consider this thought. If your body is so diligently sending these physical warning signals, what other subtle, often overlooked signals might it be sending? Perhaps about your mental, your emotional well-being. Signals that could be just as vital to decode for a truly healthy life after 70.
That's a great point for further reflection. We really hope this deep dive has been valuable and perhaps eye-opening for you today. If you found this message important, maybe think about sharing it. Click that like button, share this deep dive with other men in your life who might benefit from hearing this truth about their health.
Please do. Let's break the silence around this.
And of course, for more vital health messages, more deep dives specifically tailored for men over 70, make sure you subscribe to Healthy Men 70 Plus right here. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on our future conversations.
We look forward to connecting with you again soon.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Healthy Men 70 Plus. Stay well, stay informed, and take action for your health.